My name's Juliana, and where do I begin? My husband Craig and I decided to move our lives and our son to the island of Sardinia in Italy, my father's homeland. Join us on our new journey as I share my culture, heritage and passion for all things Simply Sardinian.
We have a house update. Finally, we have some windows in the ceiling, some Veluxes, which is fantastic. It lets so much more light in. There's one here. You can see there's one at the hall there. And there's another one further back. Let's go and have a look. Oh, heaps better. Oh, that's the third one. That's really good. So they just need to finish those off now. And they've got all the concrete down, covering all the pipe work. So I think now the next thing is they're laying the concrete floor, finishing the tiles on the roof. They've finished this wall here, so they've re-waterproofed the side of our house, which is great. And they've prepared this. They've got the framework in for all of the windows. So windows should be arriving shortly, windows and doors. And then, yeah, I think it's just re-concreting the floor so it's all one level. And then we can start looking at rendering the walls and tiles. I think it will move pretty quickly from there. They're telling me about a month, maybe 5 weeks, and everything should be finished. So fingers crossed, we should have it all done within a month.
Welcome to a beautiful Sunday morning in Sardinia. We have come to San Giovanni today because we have had a run of really hot weather. It is up in the early 30s and yeah, summer has definitely begun. So we've stopped off here, we are grabbing a coffee and then we're going to definitely hit the beach. We were there yesterday, it was absolutely glorious. The temperature was perfect, the water temperature was perfect, and yeah, so I think that is what we are going to be doing today. Cheers, salute. So we decided to scrap the coffee idea and yeah, just go straight onto the spritz since it seems to be spritz o'clock. So chin chin.
What's happening?
We have got our first guest arriving tomorrow. So the house is ready. I've just come up and given it a bit of just a freshen up, I suppose, and made sure that there's plenty of tea and coffee in, croissants for breakfast, and fruit juice, water, all those little bits just to make it more comfortable for everyone.
Excellent. So it's all done now.
Nearly. We've got little swallows that have been nesting somewhere. So I've gone outside and I've found all the little eggs where all the little chicks have hatched. So I've had to clean that up. So I just hope that they don't poop all over the brand new barbecue and outdoor table. So
We'll have to check it before they check in on Wednesday.
Well, it's nature, isn't it? I can't really stop where the birds are going to nest.
Oh, okay, excellent.
So welcome to this week's Pinot Pointers. So we have had a very busy morning, so I've come back and we've just had a really quick, easy lunch. We've had some cheese, we've got some pizza and cold meats and salads, and I've had a chat with Dad and we've had a look at the comments and the feedback from last week's video. And it was all quite positive. I think Dad is going to be a feature on the channel until he goes back to Australia. So there'll be a Pinot Pointers episode or segment each week. And this is when everyone has got an opportunity to ask Dad some questions that they might have. And yeah, we'll do a little Q&A. So we have had quite a number of questions sent in. So I think we need to break it down. I don't think we're going to be able to answer all of the questions, or else this week's video is just going to be too long. You look so happy that you're so much in demand. But anyway, we need to start off with Serena Campini. Are you single?
Single, yes.
Okay, he's single.
Single.
Single-ish.
Singlish.
Single-ish. Right, next question, and this is from Nathan D. How easy is it to learn the language? And I think he means Italian, I think.
To learn a language is not easy. All depends what you need the language for it, to work or just to communicate it. Because if it's to work, you can learn the language very easy. If you have friends, if you work together, and then you learn quick.
But I think it's a little bit different now, because when I had to learn Italian, even though when I was growing up, you sent myself and my sister to Italian school. Every Monday we had to go to Italian classes, and that's where we were in with all the other half Scottish, half Italian kids. And we went and we had to learn all the vocabulary, to read, to write, to speak, to do the whole thing. And I sort of forgot it all, because unless you really practice it every day, you forget it, don't you? So when I came, I had to immerse myself. The only thing I could listen to was radio, which was Italian. If I wanted to watch TV, it was Italian TV. If I wanted to read a magazine, I had to read it in Italian. And it was just an immersive way to learn it, whereas now they've got apps. They've got Duolingo and all these
now
other
they
ones.
go everything to help you to learn the language, any language you want. When I was young and I arrived in the UK, I arrived there, I couldn't speak a word of English. Actually, 2 words. I know I love you and a good night. I know the words, I know it.
Yeah, but
so
where
I
were
was
you saying that too?
I was working right away in a restaurant.
Right.
Without then. Slowly I learn. But if you are pressed, if you're under pressure to learn the language, I was under pressure on the language because I was working. I needed language to work.
So you learned
it's
it
quicker.
the same way as what I did.
It was quicker, you learn it quicker. And then with the friends, I was surrounded by friends, co-workers, and it was easy to start and watch it just say. I used to watch only and it was the only television, the English, and I used to try to read with a dictionary, vocabulary, the daily record. So I was, no, all depends what you want to. It's only for to make friends. It takes longer, but if you're under pressure to learn it, you learn it quicker.
So I think the answer to that one is, if you want to really learn the language, I suppose you have to sort of immerse yourself in that language, and the only way you can do that is just by living and breathing that language probably 24 hours a day, because your brain just soaks it up. I know at one point when I was here, I started to dream in Italian, and then when I wanted to speak English, I had to really think about what I wanted to say in English. So I think that was at the point where I probably was becoming quite fluent in Italian. But yeah, Dad's right. If you come on holiday, I suppose you can get by with a few phrases. Most people do speak English, so it's not really a big deal now.
And then there's another trick as well. If you're a boy, find a girlfriend. If you're a girl, find a boyfriend. And then you can learn quicker.
Right, okay, I don't know if that's really correct. So this one is from Ashlyn. Can we expect more cooking videos?
Yes, why not? Yes. Promise, yes.
So what would we cook?
We're going to cook the easiest and simple local dishes.
So not Italian, Sardinian.
Sardinian can be Italian, but they're simple dishes.
Okay. Whatever you want us to cook, maybe you can leave a comment or some suggestions, and we can try something for next week.
It's not going to be a nouvelle cuisine cooking.
No, it's going to be a rustica.
Maybe a successful dessert.
Oh yeah, maybe a dessert.
Maybe a dessert or whatever, yes.
Okay.
So you can make a nice dessert with fruit. Now we have all the fruit available now.
Oh, we could do a tiramisu with the fruit.
With the fruit, you can make the peaches stroganoff.
Peach stroganoff.
Instead of the strawberries. With cream.
Stroganoff, is that not normally like a beef stroganoff?
No. Strawberry Romanoff. No, stroganoff. Romanoff.
You said stroganoff.
No, Romanoff.
Oh, okay.
It's after the...
I think it's best if you leave some suggestions.
After the Russian imperial family, Romanov.
But that's not Sardinian.
Yes, but we use the local products to produce a classic dessert.
So something that we do here in summer is what, Dad? What do you put in the red wine?
Peaches.
So, is that too much?
Giuliana, take the... There, need to take the skin off first.
I actually don't mind
Oh,
the
yeah,
skin.
beautiful.
My God, they're so juicy. So you normally put your peaches in
The wine,
that does it in red
the-
wine, but I put it in white wine.
And then let it for a few minutes and then you drink and it's beautiful.
Okay. So one of the questions that we got was, how does your daily routine differ now that you're back in Sardinia?
It's a wee bit different. In the morning I like to take your dog for a walk and by the stagno, and then I meet friends there. They have dogs and everything, and we have a nice chat. And it's nice to chat with in Sardinian, because It's a chat I cannot do in Australia. I cannot speak Sardinian there.
Well, you can't even do that in Italy. So
No,
Sardinian is your, or Sarda is your mother tongue,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
So was that the first language? What was the first language that you learned?
Sardinia, and I learned Italian at school.
Okay.
But at home, we had only Sardinia.
Because no.
Sardinia, not only me, everybody. My generation and the generation after as well, we spoke only Sardinian in the house.
Okay.
And we learned Italian at school. That's why, long time ago, the best readers in the news, on the television, in the Italian television were from Sardinia, because when they spoke Italian, they spoke the proper Italian because
The grammar would have been perfect.
Perfect, because it was the language they had learned at school, and it was perfect. And now, we speak, my generation, we go in a bar or whatever, we just speak Sardinia. It's nice. And
can you learn Sardinian? Like I don't.
Yes,
because
Sardinia in Italy, Sardinia is classified as a language.
Yes, but what we speak in this area of Sardinia is Campidanese. How many different?
Every village has got its own. It's not language. It's the same, but something different. It's not the same as the village.
Dialect.
The next village.
Yeah.
It's the same, but something always different. And every village has got its own, like some costume.
Yeah.
Traditional costume. You don't find the two villages with the same costume. So you got different, even for the cuisine, for the cooking, every village has
So
something
each part
different.
has got their own identity.
Yes.
But
every
everyone
village-
still identifies
Yes.
as Sardinian.
Yes, of the Sardinia, but with something different from each other.
Okay. So one of the things I found when we moved over here was how seasonal everything was. So how different your diet is with the different seasons, with the different fruit and vegetable and produce that's available. You sort of just follow the seasons. And yesterday when we were out, we had one of the fruit plates for dessert, and it had the fresh cherries on it, fresh figs, all the stone fruit, the peaches, the apricots and things. So when you go out on your walk, I found that in the morning you are still coming back with blackberries and figs.
Yes.
So is that one of the things that you've missed, is here you can actually go out and
Yes,
forage for food?
It's so ecologic. What do you call it? Ecologic?
Organic.
Organic. So I go in the morning, and I have my breakfast in the fields. Fruit. I have the blackberries. So from next month in July, got the blackberries, got the figs. We got the prickle pears.
Prickly pears.
Pears from the cactus, and I found a nice. I cannot tell you that.
I know, this is the problem with Dad. He comes back with things that no one else can find, so he's got his own little spots.
We got a big spot
Secret spot.
with not passion fruit, persimmon fruit.
Oh, persimmon.
Persimmon fruit.
Yeah.
We call in Italian, we call kaki.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big area just, but I'm an honest man. I don't steal from the tree. I pick up what in the ground, what comes on the ground. I pick them up.
But are you sure you're not shaking the
No,
tree to make it fall?
no. Because if the owner comes around and sees me, I will just say, yeah, it's from the ground. So if you want to put it back, but I didn't touch from the tree. And then the figs. Oh, I love the figs.
I know, I love the figs.
And there are so many trees around. You go and pick up where you want to go. It's nice.
So I think this is Amara that has asked this question. Are flights fairly affordable? And we don't really know where they're meaning from. So I've just gone to London from Sardinia, and I think we got flights for like €65 return, and that was just with hand luggage. But if you were coming from Australia, you would be looking at around $1,600-1,700.
All depends
and
when
maybe
you book.
more actually.
So I managed to book my flight in January, and the flights were at that time were $1,300
Australian dollars.
Return. When I left in May, the same flight was $2,000. So all depends when you book.
Yeah.
And I noticed all depends the day or the week as well when you fly.
Yeah.
Because
And I think the other thing is, when you leave a question, just let us know where you are so that we can try and answer the question as easy as we can or as best as we can. So coming from Australia, I think as a ballpark figure, you're around $2,000 return.
all depends on the airlines as well.
Depending on the airline, depending on the time of year that you're coming, I think within Europe and the UK it's still fairly affordable. And I've got no idea what it would be from America and Canada, because we do have a lot of people that tune in from the States. So yeah.
It all depends when you want to fly. It's the time. If you're in a hurry, it costs you a lot of money. If you book in at the last minute, it costs you a lot of money. But if you program in advance, long in advance, then you can save.
So we have finished a Pino's Pointer segment for this week. We love the questions. It does give us quite a good laugh.
Ask the expert.
Ask the expert. So yeah, keep the questions coming, keep the suggestions coming, and just pop where you are in the world, so that we can just answer the questions a little bit better.
Just general question, no personal questions.
So no personal questions, please. But just want to thank everyone for again tuning in each week. You are such a lovely bunch. I am so proud of the community that we're all creating here. I love that it's really positive. And if you are just tuning into the series and you like us, give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you again next week.
Ciao ciao.
In Sardinian.
ACB.